Hey, everybody. It's Jamie Bass, Director for Team Movers and Shakers. I had such amazing feedback. Thank you all for my party games demonstration yesterday at World Tour in DC. I wanted to just do a quick video to show you some of the fun games that I talked about and just the kind of the basics behind some of the party games that I do. So first, this display was up at my World Tour display, and it's quite an eye catcher. As you can see, most people walking by were like, what the heck is up with this bra pong game? So the gist of the game is it's just a bunch of old, not really, they're new bras, they're not mine. I cut the straps off, stapled them to the poster board. First of all, this is not my idea. I actually got this idea from a girl, Jamie Falkowitz. What's up, Jamie? Who is out of Philadelphia. I met her at Director Bootcamp 28. And anyways, she explained this game to me, and I just thought it was super fun, and it totally fits my personality. So the gist behind it is you have your typical ping pong ball, and you just toss it into the cup. Woohoo, right? You can spin this in any way you like. You can turn that into a booking game. Woo! You made it in the Lucky Bra Cup. You just earned a free nightlight when you host your own party. Woo! You made it in the Lucky Bra Cup. You get a high five. You get a sample, right? You can turn it into whatever you want it to be. You can just do it for fun. You don't have to give anything away with it. I've used it as an icebreaker. I use it up to break up a party if I feel like it's, it's kind of dragging a little bit, kind of bring the fun in. So there are, there's different ways and strategies that you can use this for. The biggest thing is just to be yourself with it and use it how it is authentic to yourself. I set this up at some events as well so that people can come into my booth and kind of learn about Scentsy. This is great during, obviously, October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so people aren't as shy to talk about boobies and bras during that time of year. So that's how I do that. This actually came about from a series of parties I had been doing with the same group of women. You know how one person books a party and books a party and books a party, and the same group of people keep attending the Scentsy parties. So I was running out of games. You have to switch it up. And the game that I had done before bra pong was, oops, I have this all propped up on my little chair here. Sorry. There my bras go. The game that I had played before bra pong, I don't know if you can see it very well, was this banana game. This was my display, which is now all folded up and crinkled from yesterday. But I did the banana game. Basically, the banana game is where you bring a bunch of bananas. I brought brown paper bags and pipe cleaners. What else did I bring? Googly eyeballs, markers, scissors, tape, etc. I did not know what these girls were going to come up with in terms of bananas. But I said, I just had fun with it, and I said we're going to have a little banana fashion show. So decorate the banana. Voila! We laughed so hard at that party, my abs hurt for the next day. Then a girl booked a party from that party, and I was like, how the heck am I going to top banana decorating? So bring in bra pong, and that was accomplished. So there's typically 4 games that I'll play at every party, and I'll talk about all the different games that I have listed here, but I'll tell you kind of the flow of my party games briefly. I always start with what I call the warm fuzzy game, which is just a way for me to get to know people. When people are coming into the party, they're coming in fast. You might not catch a name, or you might have forgotten a name. So the warm fuzzy game is a way for me to remember everybody's name. They sit down, I say, okay, I need to tell me your name. You need to tell me how you know the hostess from work or, childhood or whatever. And then let's say something about the hostess that's going to make her say, "Aww." And so someone will be like, "Hi, I'm Jamie. I met Julie in kindergarten. She's my lifelong friend, and I can't imagine going through life without her." And everyone says, "Aww." And then guess what? Julie gets so happy and warm fuzzy, and she's going to give me a hug, and that's going to happen with everybody because everybody loves her, right? We all like to make people feel good, and we all like to feel good. So it's giving the hostess and that party kind of that idea of Scentsy spirit and that love, connection, and kindness that we all want. It's a super great game to play at the beginning. Then I'll usually play some type of catalog walk game. I don't do the typical catalog walk where you have to say, okay, turn to page 10, this is what you see here, turn to page 11, blah, blah, blah. What I'll typically do is what I call a purposeful game. And again, all this stuff is I just pulled it out of my display, so it's all kind of packaged up. But the idea behind this game is called Pass the Bag. So with passing the bag, I literally put whatever prize I want in here. It could be a scent circle, some old samples, a nightlight, whatever, old Layers products, whatever you want to get rid of, stick it in the bag. Then you tell everyone you're going to play Pass the Bag. And then you say, hey, who here has the most warmers, right? And then you give the bag to that person. And then they explain how our warmers work. And they say, wait, don't open it, because what's the game called? It's called Pass the Bag, right? And then who has ever used essential oils? And then we pass the bag to that person. And then if that person's familiar with Scentsy diffusers and oils, have them explain it. Otherwise, you can chime in and explain. And so you're going to use kind of probing questions about each of our Scentsy categories. Who has the most kids? Pass the bag to that person, and then you can explain what Scentsy has to offer for all of our children. This game came from Jamie Sellens, who's an amazing, I think she's a director. I've only had a chance to meet her in person once, and she's fabulous. But anyways, this game came from her, and I absolutely adore it. At the end of the game, I usually do one of two things depending on the crowd. If it's a party crowd, I will say, okay, who here would make the best hostess other than Julie, our hostess today? And everyone's like, Sarah, Sarah. And I'm like, okay, Sarah, I guess you have to host a party. And she's kind of positively peer pressured into hosting a party. Or if you feel like it's not really a Scentsy crowd, a party crowd, which sometimes it's not, and that's okay, then I'll say, who's looking for more? And I kind of drop it. People get a little quiet, awkward. They're like, more what? More money, more friends, what? And I just say more. And then eventually someone raises their hand and I give it to them. And I say, you know what? I was looking for more also. That's when I joined Scentsy, and I love the company and everything that it stands for, the authenticity and the simplicity and the generosity and blah, blah, blah. So I use it as kind of a recruiting conversation tool. So then after I do that type of catalog walk game, which that's not the only one, there's also the ticket game where you can give 1 ticket for every question about the catalog, 2 tickets for every question about hosting, 3 tickets for every question about booking, about recruiting. And typically 90% of the questions you get are going to be about the catalog. So what do you do about that? You have to be prepared with questions that you want people to ask you. So you have 2 tickets and say, I have 2 tickets. Who wants to know what my last hostess earned? I have 2 tickets. Who wants to know how you can earn free products without hosting a home party? Or I have 3 tickets. Who wants to know the best part about being a Scentsy consultant? I have 3 tickets. Who wants to know about the free trips I've been on, or whatever, right? Who wants to know about all the things I've been able to do with my family since I've been with Scentsy, whatever, right? So you kind of have to have some questions to probe, because most people are only going to ask catalog questions. The other game you can play to get through the catalog, well, there's lots, but these are my top 3 favorites. The other one is the purse game. Everyone has their purse. You say, we're going to play the purse game. I'm going to give a prize to the first person to pull out, you know, something from each letter that I tell you. And the thing is your prizes can just be samples or old testers or whatever. You don't have to give anything major away. Keep it simple. Simple, simple, simple. So I'll say, all right, who can pull out something from the purse that starts with an S? And then the first lady says, oh, I got my sunglasses. Boom, she gets a little sample, right? And then I say, who can pull something out of their purse that starts with the letter C? And blah, blah, blah. As I go through each of the letters, I'm also talking about the products. So when I call the letter S, I'm saying, you know what, S stands for Scentsy and Safe. Scentsy Safe, da-da-da-da-da, going to a little bit of the products. C is for Combine and Save. If you look on this page of the catalog, la, la, la. This is my favorite Combine and Save, or this is the Combine and Save that I sell the most of, right? Then I go into E. E, Scentsy's for everybody, la, la, la. So I go through each of the letters of the word Scentsy, but I don't tell them I spelled the word Scentsy. I ask them at the end, what did I just spell? And then eventually they figure out I spell Scentsy, and then they get a high five and like an extra little prize. Awesome. I have like a little insulated tote. It's like an old lunchbox, and I just throw a bunch of testers in there, old ones, and that's the prizes. I don't spend extra money on prizes for games like that. People love them. So as people are now in the catalog and they're like sniffing and they're really figuring out what they like, that's when I pull them away a little bit and we have some fun. So the fun like the bra pong or the decorating a banana. You can also have fun by things like puzzle races, right? Get cheap, where are my puzzles? Cheap puzzles from the dollar store. They don't have to be anything fancy. They don't have to be Scentsy related. This is $1. It's 48 pieces. Make sure it's not a very big puzzle because that'll take forever, right? Break everyone up into groups of 2. See who can build the puzzle the fastest. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? That is awesome. Another game you can play is Guess the Scent. These are simple scents like Sunkissed Citrus, Newborn Nursery, etc. I took the labels off. I took the covers off, and I wrote a number on the back. Turn your order form over, write the numbers 1 through 5, pass it around, see if you can figure out which scent it is. I'm not looking for someone to figure out that this one's called Newborn Nursery, but if they write down baby powder, they're going to get the point, right? It just gets them sniffing and gets them being competitive. This one I usually do with people who aren't as familiar with Scentsy because they need to get kind of an introduction to smelling. Some other things that I will do, I'm trying to look for have them kind of all scattered around here. Other games that I would play would be, design a warmer. I don't know where I have the sign for it. Either way, get cheap Play-Doh from the dollar store. Have everyone make a warmer out of Play-Doh. Oh, this is the Amelia. I named it after my daughter, right? And then they can do a little fashion show with that. They get super creative, and it's kind of silly because these grown women are sitting there trying to manipulate this Play-Doh, and it's fun, and it brings back that childlike wonder that we all love. So after the game's over and they're having fun, then you say, all right, well, look at the front of your catalog. You'll see that my name's there and my phone number. This is my favorite game, by the way. And I don't tell them that. I'm telling you that. So I'll say, we're going to play another game, and then I'll let you get back to ordering. You guys are having fun today, right? Yeah, we're having fun. Okay. So you see that my phone number's there. The first person to text me 2 things is going to get a prize. I make sure my phone is turned down so they can't hear who's calling me. So you need to text me your name and the words buy, host, or join. You can text me the word buy if you want to be my customer. You can text me the word host if you're interested in hosting a party or just want more information. And you can text me the word join if you just want more information about joining. Because at this point in the party, people have had fun. They get to know me a little bit. They understand that our parties are fun and that I love my job. So they're going to text me. And I get busy cleaning up or talking or doing something. And then after about 5 minutes, I look at my phone and I'm like, woo, Sarah's the winner. Yay, high five, Sarah. And then I say, you know what, guys? Guess what? Now you all have my phone number in your cell phone. Save me as Jamie the Scentsy Girl. And you can text me when you need a light bulb, when you need new wax, or when you're ready to join my awesome team. Then what I do is I save them in my phone as Sarah from Julie's party, right? So now I can follow up with them. What do I give everybody? The people that text me the word buy, I give them a sample. The people that text me the word host, I give them a hostess packet. The people that text me the word join get a possibility packet or recruiting brochure, right? So I don't talk to them there. I just kind of mic drop it. Here you go. See you later, right? I don't talk about it with them. I don't pressure them. I don't do anything. Do you want to book a date? Whatever, right? I follow up with them about a week later. It's all on my phone, so I can look back at my phone and see who texted me what, and I can follow up with them through text or by calling them and having a conversation. So that's my all-time favorite game. So after I've played that game, then I'm pretty much done. People are ordering. It's awesome, right? There's anything that you do at a party, you need to make it yourself. And I can totally speak to this because I tried, I love Christina Steinbrook. I think who doesn't, right? I tried her best booking game ever, several times, and I never booked any parties from it. This is where, it's a great game. Lots of people book parties from it. Don't get me wrong. Try it out for yourself. It's a little catalog bag, a ribbon, and inside is a hostess packet with testers, right? So when people come into the party, you're like, yay, Debbie, it's so nice to meet you. Welcome to the party. Here's a prize. Don't open it yet, right? And then she's sitting there. She gets to hold it. She gets to feel it. She's excited about it, but she can't open it till the end of the party when you say, all right, who's ready to open their bags? Well, if you want to open your bag, it's kind of like chance and honor. If you open your bag, you have to do whatever's on the card. It may say host a party. It may say pick a prize. Remember, the prizes are just the old testers, right? So if you open the bag, you have to be willing to host a party. You all had fun today, so having a party is super fun. And in theory, most of the people would open the bag. People that know me and know my personality know that I don't put ribbon on things. If this is just not me. I'm not crafty. I can't. It's not me. It didn't go over well because it's not me. I wasn't authentic, right? So I will leave this game for those of you who like to do crafty, pretty things. Right? I'm not a crafty, pretty person. I'm just a nerdy girl, I guess. So when you're more authentic, you can sell the product better because people know the real you. Another game that's fun to do at the end of parties, and I have had some success with, is the dice game, right? Everyone sits down, comes to your little checkout station, and you say, okay, I have one last game for you. Roll the dice. Woo, you rolled a 6. Guess what you get for the number 6? You're going to get a free nightlight warmer when you host your own party, right? This is an old one. It has Layers products on it, but you get the idea. So that's another game that you can play. Again, you have to kind of find your jive. I told you my sequence of events, the warm fuzzy game, then I play a little catalog walk game, a little fun game, and my fastest fingers game. But once you familiarize yourself with the library of party games, which is in the resource tab, you can kind of pick and choose which kind of games work for you. I love the barnyard game. Everyone writes down a farm animal, the name of a farm animal except a rooster, and 5 different numbers between 1 and 20. And then you're like the bingo caller. You're like, number 2, and like the whole room is like neighing and quacking and clucking and barking, right? And mooing and oinking, right? All animal noises. And you go through all the different numbers. And the first person to have all 5 of their numbers called stands up and crows like a rooster. It sounds weird, but it's so silly and funny, and everybody's laughing because they're oinking and baying and whatever sound animals make. So it's fun. Play charades. Say, hey, we're going to play charades from pages 42 to 45 of the catalog. We're going to act things out. And then you pull Megan over and you're like, hey, Megan, act like the teapot. And so she's up there doing this or whatever, and people are laughing and trying to figure out exactly what she's doing. Or she's the blast-off rocket ship. So she's there, right, acting like a rocket. And people are, again, trying to figure out what she's acting out. It's super silly. You can do the same thing with the game headbands, right? Just have a card on your head, or people hold a card on their head, or tape it on their back, and then they have to ask like 20 questions to figure out what they are, right? And so they're interacting with the catalog, looking at the products, as well as talking with each other and having fun. So really, any game you can turn into a Scentsy game if you kind of take some creativity and think about it for a little bit. I heard one Superstar director, Melissa Gratz, what she did at one party was she had been doing parties with these people for a long time, and so they were all very familiar with Scentsy. So she was like, okay, guys, I know you guys know all the all the scent categories, but I'm going to put your nose to the test. So she had a bunch of testers out on the table. She had category cards out, and she said, who can beat the hostess? So the hostess put them in the categories, and maybe she just had 10 scents out, and the hostess got an 8 out of 10, right? She categorized 8 of the 10 scents correctly. And so then the next person had to come up and do it, and the third person, and so on and so forth. And whoever could beat the hostess, in other words, get better than an 8 out of 10 in the product category placement or the scent category placement, they got a special prize. Again, just something silly and fun and engaging, anything to get people laughing and bringing that childlike wonder to them, because that's what Scentsy's all about. Childlike wonder, enjoying the journey, being authentic, and being generous. So I'm trying to think of other things that I had on here. Party themes are big. I have a file that I'll upload for you. I always refer back to the library of party games when I'm looking for something new and creative, and I try to put a little twist on it. And I did a swap my bar party. That's a fun theme, especially if you have a crowd that has been doing parties with you for a while. Everybody brings their half-used bars, and you literally just swap cube for cube. It's fun. It's inviting. It's usually best if it's done as your own open house, because otherwise there's not a whole lot of hostess rewards, but it still gets people to order because they're still obviously looking at the catalog and looking at your awesome new products. So I've talked long enough. Let me know what questions you have. Oh, one last. I make a treasure box. This is my little box of goodies, and it's all a mess because I just got back. But I put everything in here that makes me warm and fuzzy about Scentsy. Letters from my team members, letters from my directors, cards from boot camp, things like that. And I just put it on display at the party. It's really just a talking piece and something to kind of showcase how much Scentsy's really brought into my life. So I hope this quick video made sense to you. Hopefully I didn't talk too fast or screw anything up. Let me know if I did. And I love you guys. Keep moving and shaking. Bye.